Hi everyone, in this short video I wanted to show you the new Markdown support in tables which we have added in the last update. You can now not only use bold and italic, but also you can add tasks to your table and checklists and bullets, and also highlight the text or add headings and so on. So you can add almost anything you can add also inside the regular Markdown node. And I will show you in a couple of examples the individual features and what you can do with them. But first of all, how do you create a table in case you are new to tables in NotePlan? So one of the easiest way is to use the slash commands. So you hit slash anywhere inside the node and just type table. And then you hit enter and you have a pretty simple table. And in this table, if you hover over any of the empty cells, you see a button here, and then you can click on the button and insert a row, a column, delete a column or row, and also delete the complete table. Alternatively, you can also click on the formatting button here at the top and select insert table from here. Okay, let's give you a quick demo here. For example, some text. So as you're used to, you can simply type asterisk space to create a task, and you see here also there's a warning. Tasks in tables are not yet supported in references or filters or plugins, so be careful if you want to see them in those places. However, you can find them in search. So you can check off a task, also use the shortcuts to check them off or cancel them and so on. And you can use Command B, for example, to make a task bold, or use you can click here if you don't want to see this again. Or you can use the formatting toolbar here to set a task to bold and so on. Okay, let's get to the examples. We start with habit trackers. So in this case, we have added here in the first column the days from Monday to Sunday, and used underline to underline the day. And here on the other axis, we have added the habits and made them italic. And then one trick you can do here is you can add a checklist item. So you just hit plus space, and then you can basically check it off when you have done the habit from day to day. You can use this table, for example, you can put it in a weekly note and then track it this way, or you can put it into a monthly note, though then you would have to add more days here, like a full date maybe. The easiest might be to add it on a weekly basis and then evaluate it. But here the interesting part is to add that you can add a check here. You don't have to say yes, no, or something, but you can add an actual check. Continue with links. So here we have a couple of examples. So now you can use links internally to other nodes. So for example, these are some book notes, and we use here the square brackets to point to a specific node inside NotePlan. And we use here, instead of a check, we use the normal task to see if we have read the book or not. And then just a rating using some emojis. And here we're using a quote, so the greater than sign. If you hit this, greater than, and then you can just type something. So in this case, we have like internal nodes. You can click on it and then it opens the node. And you can also create them, as I said, by typing the square brackets. Then another example with links outside of NotePlan, so to some websites. This is just some example, but you can also click on the link to edit it. Here we have some bold and another checklist item. And if we scroll further, we have more links here. And one of the special things is also that you can add a new line. So you're not limited to a single line inside a cell. You can hit enter and have a second line. For example, this is reviewed, submitted. So if you have several states, let's say, you can add them also to your cells and track your different projects, track books and so on with multiple states. So let's scroll down, and here we have a meeting action items table. And in this case, we also have internal links, but not to regular nodes. In this case, to calendar nodes. So you can use the ISO format, so year, month, date, to link to a different calendar node. You can also use this for not just for days, but also months. or years or weeks. It follows the same format as in the other places in NotePlan. You can also just type out something like week 1, and you wait for the auto-completion and select it, and then it links to a specific week. So you can use this as well if you plan, for example, in a meeting specific action items and when they should be finished, due in this case, and here the status again, and maybe link some resources which are in some other system which you're using. And comparison, for example, comparison table between different products you're choosing or between your product and competition products. Here we have some examples of formatting features which you can use. For example, this is bold with mixed with highlighting. So equal is, if you surround the word with this, it becomes highlighted. Or you can also strike through words if you changed something. And I already mentioned a special feature which is line breaks. So you can add line breaks, as many as you want, to a specific cell, and these cells all support the / commands, so you don't need to remember things, you can just select them. Some features are not supported, such as you can't add another table into a table, or line separators and images are also not supported, but bullet points, and you can even add headings to your tables. Probably the simplest use case for this is for the actual headings of the table. So if you want to make this like stick out, you can add these things here. Or on iOS, if you use the toolbar, you can also change the formatting using the toolbar. So this is pretty much it. I think the most useful use cases which come from the formatting features are basically links, internal and external links, and the checklist and task support, which makes something like a habit tracker, for example, look very nice. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this new feature and send us feedback if you have any.